So now is the revision of the third and fourth pad in the next verse. I said no, apnu revision and what the disciple experienced. So the link. The disciple stated that he was convinced regarding the first two fundamental truths, being the soul's existence and eternal nature. Now, in verse 121 and 122, he conveys the conviction he has gained regarding the third and the fourth fundamental truth, that is, the soul being the doer and the enjoyer. The doer and the enjoyer. Because when the thayo akarta tya hai, and when we go to the next verse, where we say bhokta atman, so receiver of the fruits of atma. Atma is a tree with its fruits. So I will say doer and enjoyer. So he's being very clear of the doership and the enjoyership of the soul. So describing how the soul's doership and enjoyership modifies after the advent of self-realization, the disciple says,
Karta bhokta karmano vibhav varte jyan vrutti vahi nij bhavma thayo akarta tyan.
So, karta bhokta karmano means the doer and enjoyer of the karmas. Vibhav varte jai. Till when? Till delusion prevails. Doership is there of the soul, but doership of karma is only till vibhav varte, till delusion prevails. The bhokta also of the karma is till when? Till delusion prevails. Once the delusion is dispelled, destroyed, I am non-doer of the karma and non-enjoyer of the fruits of karma. In this verse, it is fine if you say receiver of the fruits. But when we go to the next verse, then receiver word won't. Basically, I've never liked the word receiver. I always have chosen enjoyer or sufferer. But people around me don't like that word, so I've changed it in my whole book and changed it. Because I receive gifts, but I don't enjoy. It's possible if you receive and you don't enjoy. So I said, bhokta mate receiver e to prapta karyu. But bhogavyu mate, you have to use the word enjoyer or sufferer or endurer or something. But for all practical purposes, everything is the same, and especially when I'm talking to a Guju community, any word is fine. Any word is fine. So receiver, endurer, sufferer, enjoyer, everything is fine. Okay. So vritti vahe nij bhavama, when the tendency flows within, when your attentiveness flows within, when your focus is turned inwards, thayo akarta tyai, I become non-doer of karmas. So when I say non-doer, non-enjoyer also. So non-receiver won't be the right thing, non-enjoyer. Short meaning. The soul is the doer and the enjoyer of karma, as long as there is delusion. When the attentiveness flowed towards my own self, now this is the autobiography, yeah? He's talking of himself. When the attention flowed towards my own self, I became the non-doer of karmas and implied also non-enjoyer of its fruits. Finally, is the soul doer or not non-doer? Doer 100%. But doer of karmas until vibhav varte jai, only till he is in the state of ignorance, delusion. Vritti vahe nija bhavama. turns within, what happens? He becomes a non-doer. In this verse, only non-doer is explained. I was the doer, non-doer. And we need to understand this. So, the disciple gains an invaluable insight of the soul regarding its doership and enjoyership when he attains self-realization. A different insight, an invaluable insight. See, karmano karta che, this was fixed in your mind. Khali atma karta che. કર્મનો કરતા તો ઓનલી વિભાવ વર્તે. જ્યાં સુધી વિભાવ છે ત્યાં સુધી કર્મનો કરતા. Karta, yes, it will stay, and we are going to understand that. See, the natural disposition of the soul is to be active. Sakriya, not Nishkriya. This is actually explained by Pujya Shri Ambalal Bhai and checked by Param Kruparudev in the translation. The natural disposition, એનો સ્વભાવ જ છે આત્માનો, to અર્થક્રિયા સંપન્ન, ક્રિયાશીલ રહેવું, active રહેવું. And if it's become active, તો activity થાય, તો એ doer of the activity થઈ જ જાય. So it will always remain karta. So what is this verse saying? So he's saying, no, you are karta of karma till delusion prevails. But vritti vahe nij bhavma, you are the non-doer of karma. I didn't say you are non-doer. I said non-doer of karma. And this will be explained in the next verse. So, pachi, what is he doing then when he is enlightened? Then he is doer of his pure manifestations. શુદ્ધ પર્યાયો એનો કરતા બની જાય છે. Only an enlightened soul can express this so beautifully and clearly. The natural disposition of the soul is to remain active. Even in moksha. Active. So activity, so he'll be doer, because doer is his nature. So that doership will always remain. But doership of what? Okay, till he's in the ignorant state, those bhav karmas, and because of bhav karmas, acquiring dravya karmas, so let's take it into one karma, no karta. And when the tendencies flows within, when he's absorbed in the self, there is no bhav karma, so there is no dravya karma, so he becomes a non-doer of karma. Not non-doer. Doer it will always remain. Now the activity is only shuddha, 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 shuddha. As if this is a book with nothing written on the pages. So I'm turning blank page. Blank page. Blank page. Shuddha bhav. Shuddha bhav. Shuddha bhav. So activity is there, but it's the same thing. Shuddha bhav. Shuddha bhav. Infinity. Eternal. I think very clear, right? So it's beautiful. When the true understanding awakens within, all the perverse beliefs, the actual word is false beliefs, but I purposely use the word perverse beliefs, are changed. The truth percolates as faith. सम्यक दृष्टि बनी जाए, सम्यक darshan बनी जाए. The truths percolate within and changes into faith. So the disciple is awakened by the grace of his Sadguru. Wonderful Sadguru. And he is experiencing something, and now he is going ahead and expressing it. Why? to enhance the continuity of that experience. જે તમે બોલો એ વિચારો, જે વિચારો તે બોલો, જે બોલો તેનો જ ઇમ્પેક્ટ પાછો પોતાનો. જેને ડાયટિંગ કરવી હોય ને એને ખાલી 1000-2000 વાર દિવસમાં હું બહુ જાડો થઈ ગયો, બહુ જાડો થઈ ગયો. આમ બિકોઝ એની પણ એક ઇન્ફ્લુઅન્સ છે. એની પણ એક ઇન્ફ્લુઅન્સ. તમે વિચારો એવું બોલો ને તમે જેવું બોલો એવું તમે વિચારો. So when he is expressing, he is actually enhancing the continuity of the experience. And now he says, "Oh Gurudev, by your blessings," listen to me, Gurudev. Gurudev is in his all samadhi only, but he still feels him pratyaksh in front of him. So, "Oh Gurudev, by your blessings, I have rightly understood and experienced the true doership and enjoyership of the soul. And I want to tell you what I've experienced." Gurudev says, "I'm Gnani, I know what you have experienced." But she says, "Still I want to tell you everything." How થાય? How થાય? When you know he knows everything, but still you want to tell. એવું થાય? Yeah. In a Guru-Shishya relationship થાય. Actually, it was said Guru Purnima is a Guru-Shishya celebration, something like that. Actually, it's a Shishya's day. The Guru does not want to take part also in that whole thing. It's a Shishya celebration. But the celebration is about the relationship or the bond between the Guru and Shishya. So I didn't, correct you. તો આપણું તો right? આપણે તો સ્ટેજ હોય કે ગમે તે હોય, I'll correct you. But I said, actually it's the Shishya day. Shishya's day. He has to celebrate the Guru in his life. But because it is all about the bond, but here the Guru is a mere spectator in this celebration. It is the Shishya who is very active and who is celebrating and enjoying. અને આ મહા દુર્લભ જે મોટા મોટા બિલ ગેટ્સ પાસે નથી, એ મારી પાસે છે સદગુરુ. એ લોકો પાસે બિલ્ડિંગ ભલે હોય જે મારી પાસે નથી, નાનકડો ફ્લેટ છે. But what I have makes me the richest person on earth. I have the most durlabh thing in the world. That is my Sadguru. And his teachings, and his blessings, and his grace. Though I am the most apatra jeev in the Adamadam Adikopatit, આખા જગતમાં મારા જેવું માસ્ક કોઈની પાસે નહીં હોય, એટલું માસ્કિંગ. Still, that ray of hope is there. I have a Karunavant, I have a Kshamavant, I have a benevolent Guru in my life. So that ray of hope, that will never be extinguished. Never. How much ever I fall, but that ray of hope will always remain. I have a Sadguru in life. There is a limit to falling also now, because he'll catch him, hold me. There's a limit to falling. एक level पर you just can't fall. His hands will save you. Oh Gurudev, I need to tell you what I have actually understood, or say realized, or say experienced. I must tell you. And then he says, Karta Bhokta Karmano Vibhav Varte Jai. Till I was in delusion, ignorance, with impure feelings, I was the Karta Bhokta of karma. Vritti, the tendency, the attentiveness, the focus. The moment it turned inwards, everything changed. I'm no longer the doer and the receiver, enjoyer of the fruits of karmas. Let's understand this in 5 minutes. It'll simple say, I don't need to do any vivechana for this. Simple. Since We have forgotten our nature, our true nature, which is pure, peaceful, blissful, conscious nature of the soul, the knowingness, we have forgotten. Because we have forgotten, we harbor impure feelings like love, hate, etc. Or say likes and dislikes, attachment and aversions. Because we have forgotten our nature, હું મારી જાતને મારા આત્મ સ્વભાવને ભૂલી ગયો, તેથી શુભાશુભ ભાવ કરતો રહ્યો. Auspicious and inauspicious. So both are impure. These impure feelings were instrumental for the karmic particles to get attracted to the soul and bound to the soul. See, I'm talking about verse 82. Bhava karmani ja kalpana mate chetan roop jiva virya nispurana grahan kare jaru. I've forgotten myself, number one. Number two, I started harboring impure feelings, and those impure feelings became instrumental in acquiring material karmas. Thus, I am the doer of bhav karma, or I can say I am the doer of dravya karma. Instrument in vaya. So basically I can say I am the doer of karma. But both, I am the doer of bhav karma, I am the doer of dravya karma. I am the doer of the impure feelings, I am the doer also, though instrumental, I am the doer of the material karmas, in acquiring the material karmas. Gurudev, હવે એનો ઉત્સાહમાં આપણે સાથ તો આપીએ ને. It's the first time he's getting up from that metaphysical slumber. ભવો ભવની મોહ નિદ્રામાંથી આજે જાગ્યો તો. Let me feel expressions in it. Gurudev, this was my story up till now. When I was in a state of ignorance, when I didn't have you, when I didn't have that association with the Sadguru. But now, with the association of the Sadguru and his teachings and preachings and his grace and his blessings, Suphal, Sadguru Bodha Suhai, Suhai means shine forth, bear fruit. Suphal avyu che Gurudev, it's only because of you. What happened? So, the moment my attention turned within, I experienced myself neither the doer of karmas nor the enjoyer of karmas. That's what I experienced, Gurudev. I learned, jo chetan kartu nati thata to karma. I had learned all that. But Gurudev has said this in verse 78. Chetan jo nij bhan ma karta aap swabhav. Chetan nahi nij bhan ma karta karma prabhav. So Gurudev was very clear because Gurudev has also experienced the soul. So Gurudev, I had mugged up. Karma no karta che, aat karma no karto che, shubha shubh bhavo no karta che. So all that I had mugged up. But what did I experience the moment I went within, inwards? My focus turned inwards. What did I experience? I am a non-doer of karmas. And I am a non-enjoyer of karmas. Gurudev, I saw myself aloof in karmoday. When the manifestations of karma happened, I saw myself not indulging in it. Gurudev, I felt I was just a spectator. Gnata drashta. Gurudev, karma no uday I could know. But nothing motivated me. No likes, no dislikes, no love, no hate. Nothing. Gurudev, I could stay aloof. Gurudev, I was just a spectator, just an observer, just a knower. Gurudev, I didn't get affected by it. So how can I say I am the enjoyer of karmas? I didn't get affected. So I am a non-enjoyer. So because I was a non-enjoyer, I didn't harbor impure feelings. So I am a non-doer. Gurudev, I experienced I am a non-doer and a non-enjoyer of karmas. new insight. See, Triju Pad comes to your mind and karma comes, and the whole karma philosophy. But what happened when he experiences? Doership remains. Doership is the Atma Swabhava. But doer of karmas or non-doer of karmas are two different states. Gurudev, with all your blessings and teachings, and now with all this transformation, enlightenment has occurred. There's no more ignorance. Delusion hoy ત્યાં સુધી કરતા ભોગતા કર્મનો વિભાવ વર્તે જાય. Till that vibhav is there. But there is no vibhav, I am in my swabhav. There is no vibhav. And you said karta bhokta karmano vibhav varte. You have taught me this and I experienced this. Vritti vai nichma thayo akarta. I have become gnata drashta. Just a witness, spectator, observer. So how can I say, when I am not getting affected, how can I say કે અત્યારના હું અશુભ કર્મનું ભોગતા છું, પણ ભોગ તો ખરો અને ભોગતા નથી, તો you are in your સ્વભાવ. So you are the non-doer. Gurudev, I experience I am a non-doer and a non-enjoyer of karmas. Beautiful, isn't it? કરતા ભોગતા કર્મનો ક્યાં સુધી? So what is vibhav? This is swabhav. So what is vibhav? Opposite of swabhav is vibhav. This is absolutely wrong. I'll tell you why. This my Gurudev has explained in Morbi and it's there in Vyakhyansar. કે વિભાવનો અર્થ વિરુદ્ધ લો, opposite. Atma or the soul is behaving against its nature. You know, as you said, opposite to its nature. So this is his nature, Chetan Swabhavi. So opposite of its nature will be? Is that possible? Is that possible? So Param Krupadev has come out with such a wonderful meaning of Vibhav. Read my Bhagwan's Vachan in the Morbi both. He had given discourses in Morbi, 54, 56, 55, 56. Vyakhyansar 1, Vyakhyansar Rajkatha, refer to Rajkatha. So it was, I think, 54, 55, 56. So 2 times he went to Morbi and he had given public discourses. So a Vyakhyaanono સાર મનસુખભાઈ કિરતચંદ મહેતા એ જે બધું ટાંક્યું છે સાર the essence of all, you know, તમે લખી શકો છો? બસ તો એવી રીતે જે ત્યાં હતા એ કેવા મુગ્ધ થઈ ગયા હશે કે ક્યાંથી આખું વ્યાખ્યાન લખે. તો સાર આમાં પોઈન્ટ્સ કરીને એ પોઈન્ટ્સમાં આ વાત છે કે વિભાવ does not mean વિરુદ્ધ ભાવ, against its nature, opposite to its nature. It will become an unnatural substance. If it's not in its nature, so unnatural. And that's not possible. It can never be jad. And if you say, na vibhav varte, so it can happen, then call it jad also. So that's not possible, right? So what would vibhav mean? The literal meaning is opposite. Opposite to swabhav is vibhav, the literal meaning. But we can't take the literal meaning here. We have to take the implied meaning here. And that is Vishesh Bhav, going beyond your swabhav. Your swabhav was Gnata Drashta. કોણ દોડાયો થઈને આગળ વધે? એક ઘાટકોપરનો દોડાયો આવ્યો કે શરૂમાં ગુજરાતીમાં નહીં બોલો, આ કોસ્મોપોલિટન ક્રાઉડ માટે તો આ ગ્લોબલ શિબિર છે. ક્યાંથી હશે? ચાલો, વિચ એરિયા ઓફ બોમ્બે? Which area of Bombay has Dodayas? Ghatkopar. Blindly? I have several reasons for what I am doing, and you have only one viewpoint. I have multiple viewpoints. That's fine. Not out of some negative power, just as a suggestion. And I've heard your suggestion, but I can't accept it. Listen, of course, I can. And positively, by critically. But I can't change. I have my reasons for that. And I don't need to reveal. Because I have only 5 minutes. So what would it mean? Going beyond Gnata Drashta Swabhav, but you go beyond and stretch yourself and develop like and dislike. So you are becoming a dodaya. I'm Gnata Drashta then. What was there for food today? Pav Bhaji, okay. So Pav Bhaji comes, you stay a spectator. But Santosh Sagar જેવી છે એવી નથી એવી છે. This going beyond and doing that dot dapan Megji Veda is called Vibhav. So this is the beautiful meaning Param Krupaludev, my Gurudev, has unfolded. So beautiful, isn't it? So it is not a going against your nature, going beyond your nature, which you are capable of. You have that capacity to indulge and involve. That capacity is there in the soul to modify itself as Swabhav or Vibhav. So this capacity. So what? So I think it's very clear. Gurudev, with the emergence of enlightenment, I could experience myself getting stabilized. I could experience that supreme stability in myself. And I realized I'm non-doer and non-enjoyer of karmas. Anything is happening, sickness, insults, anything happening, no effect on me, no impact, no influence. I'm a non-enjoyer, thereby non-doer of karmas. Oh, beautiful. Gurudev, with the emergence of self-realization, now no external, you can say, situation, or you can say objects or occurrences. No internal feelings for any external objects or occurrences. કોઈ બી ઘટના વિશે નહીં અને કોઈ બી વસ્તુ માટે બી there is no internal feeling. Negatively, I can say it's dead. But what is dead? Not the soul. The Vibhav is dead. The Vibhav is dead. The way dead body does not respond, nothing happens on external occurrences or external objects. Nothing happens. Gurudev, it's only because of your blessings and teachings. The emergence of self-realization, and I experience myself as non-doer and non-enjoyer of karmas. Doer of what will be explained in the next verse. If not doer of karmas, then doer of what? That will be atva nija parinam. So it will be explained tomorrow. But non-doer samjhi lo amna. Then I'm non. I think it's very clear. Non-doer and non-enjoyer of karmas. I'm engrossed in my pure self. Kartrutva and bhoktrutva, doership and enjoyership of karma no longer remains. And this is only because of your grace, Gurudev. Only because of that. So the Guru had said this, exactly this, in verse 78. Chetan
जो निज भान मां करता आप स्वभाव वरते नहीं निज भान मां करता कर्म प्रभाव.
And this is exactly what the disciple is experiencing. And only one word is saying this, indicating this. And see that in the second line. Vritti વહી હું વહી ગઈ. તમે બોલો ને કાઠિયાવાડી બધા, હું વહી ગઈ, મારી વૃત્તિ વહી. Not a generalized statement as in verse 111, વૃત્તિ વહે નિજ ભાવમાં. So what is it? પરમાર્થે સંકિત. વૃત્તિ વહે. It's a generalized thing. And here, મારી વૃત્તિ વહી. Again, a touch of experience. Last verse, they will surely ask you all in this quiz. Okay. In 120, which word signifies experience? Bhasyu. In verse 121, which word signifies experience? Vahi. Mari vritti gai. Nij bhav ma. And I experience myself as a non-doer and non-enjoyer of karmas. Let's sing this.
करता भोक्ता कर्मनो विभाव वर्ते जाय वृत्ति वही निज भाव मा थयो अकर्ता त्याग